I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in an NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Here's more. He's coming off a 10-point game against Cleveland. So for Chicago right now, Byers, he's in at point guard. Portis is out there with Noah. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Moore in at the two-guard spot.
Man, that is not an easy shot right there. I mean, he had to get it off over a much taller defender.
Yeah, he needed to add just a little more loft on that one because of the size mismatch, and he did it perfectly.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. 46 seconds left in the first quarter. Such a wide-open look. Now it's a three-point Chicago lead. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to Cleveland.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, there was sort of a snowball effect in that game too, guys. I mean, what started as a cold night for a few guys, excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Sloan dishes to Sims. To halt the run, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And so the first quarter is in the book.
Come on with it.
And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his new...
I mean, I think it's been noticeable.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark, was great. He clearly gave it a lot of thought, and it's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates, Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
It's just been a long-range battle for them, and one that they're winning right now.
Yeah, sharp shooting from deep, a big part of why they're up.
Thomas Robinson is out there with Henry Sims. Then it's Donald Sloan. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the three. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Clock at 6. Sloan. Nailed from three-point land. Sloan's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Freak kicks to Moore. Noah the screen, and it's Moore penetrating from 10 feet out, and he hits the jump shot. And the Bulls lead by 5. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team.
Brooklyn's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Here's Sloan. He's covered by Byers and stolen by Freak. By himself, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Moore passes to Byers. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Kilpatrick. Nets trail by 5. Kicks to Bogdanovich. The three ball. That drops. Bogdanovich has got 8 points here in this quarter.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open. 3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Guys, they are getting exposed in terms of their low post defense.
They set the pick. Another one falls for Brooklyn. Chicago with the ball. 1:30 left here in the second. Pass to Portis. He dishes it to Freak, and he goes in for the dunk.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Here's Sloan, covered by Byers. Fires the three. They get the rebound. They double him with Freak. Tries again. The shot by Sims, no good. The Bulls leading by 4. Freak kicks to Mirotic. They set the screen. The three-pointer off the mark.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And the foul called on Freak. And so that's the end of the first half. Bulls lead by 6. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull up. Robinson's checked in for Bogdanovich. So, Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Ejuan Moore, he's checked in for Doug McDermott. And Freak subbed in for Derrick Rose. Taking a look at the Bulls. Byers in at point guard. Portis is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Ejuan Moore. And it's Butler in at the small forward. Here's Byers. And the three ball is good. And the Bulls lead by 14.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their turf.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here.
Oh, girl.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, man, that puts him on another level.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself, Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal.
tell you about Vic. He
Big homestand coming up. There's nothing better than playing in front of your home crowd, but there's also a certain level of pressure that comes with it. I don't get it done tonight, and that raises the sense of urgency even higher next time. So I'm just focused on this game and getting a W for the best fans in the world.
And it's the Clippers coming in from out of town for this one. An interconference game today. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan to call. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for Doug McDermott. And Stokes subbed in for Rose. And the Clippers making a change here as well. Crawford's checked in, taking a look at Los Angeles. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan, and it's Green. And it's small forward.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We got some rims to wrap.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move, aggressive, assertive, and effective.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed close.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
In the league, they did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register one win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, I had a chance to speak with head coach Doc Rivers. This is their first matchup of the season against this squad, and he knows the shot blocking in the middle will certainly be an obstacle. But he said, quote, "We've got to remain aggressive and continue to attack." Guys, he said that putting their bigs in high pick and rolls and shooting the open jumper with confidence will be key. We'll see how they do.
Thank you, Doris, and quite a focus for the game here early on, and an important one too, guys.
Yeah, I mean, up against this team, finding ways to crack their defensive shell is always going to be the #1 challenge.
And I would say it would be the #2 and #3 challenges as well, guys. And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
Kicks it out to Crawford. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Crawford's got 5 points so far.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
Noah with a screen on Green. Shoots off the screen. Another one falls for Chicago.
You know, know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Jordan the screen. Paul for three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Griffin. It's rebounded by Portis.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And a wide open look for Freak. Another three for Chicago.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Noah up on top. Pass to Stokes. No good with the triple. Clippers trail by 12. Outside Jordan. Griffin kicks to Crawford. To stop the run. The shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And you have to love it when there's a matchup like this. 2 teams that are at the top of their respective conferences going at it.
Well, you know, they split their meetings last season, and the way both of these teams love to compete, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened again.
And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
You always want a player to have his head up and to be surveying the court, but not if that's going to be the result.
Morris checked in for Chicago. The Clippers also changing it up. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Austin Rivers in for Paul. And that one's good.
Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Good on the shot.
That mid-range jumper is just another one of his weapons.
Stokes kicks it to Noah. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
They've got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts.
Now, Freak fires the three. And no good trying to get that one. So as we end the first quarter, already a double-digit ball game. It's Chicago as they end the first quarter on a 20-7 run. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
Let's take him back.
And here's Freak on his experience as a one-and-done college player. Now with more and more freshmen, Clark, making the jump to the pros, we can expect to hear more stories like this, I'm sure.
Well, without question, Kevin, that's the case in the landscape that we find ourselves in. But, you know, there's something to be said for developing all 4 years in college when that's the best route for an individual player. Nowadays, I think, unfairly so, there's a ton of pressure on young guys sometimes to leave prematurely. We'll see if Freak.
The Bulls leading by 18. There's the pick, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Well, you know, one season in the books with the NBA's new replay center, and so far, so good. I mean, the replays are averaging about 45 seconds apiece, and getting the officials the angles they need quickly to make the right call.
Paul against Moore. The drive by Paul, and that one's... good. Paul's got 8.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
And again, Chicago, no good. And with the new replay center, the league also going for more transparency. People expect it now, Clark, and they're officiating.
Yeah, and I don't mind that. Evaluating the most scrutinized calls and non-calls of the games in those last 2 minutes, that's a positive. Things are continuing to change, I think, for the better in that regard.
And Griffin slams it in.
Really hard to decide, guys, which was better. The pass, the catch, or the slam.
Alley-oop all the way around.
Agreed.
And guys, you know what? You wouldn't know that they're the team that's actually trailing with how they were able to pull that play off.
Boy, they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
For Chicago, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Here's Stokes. Money from the wing. Stokes has got 14. Clippers trail by 15. Paul passes to Griffin. Inside. And the wide open shot from Redick. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
Defense just not reacting with enough aggressiveness.
Moore dishes to Stokes. Expanding his range. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Green kicks to Paul. Picked by Griffin. Redick is in the corner. To the inside. Griffin passes to Green. Here's Jordan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Yeah, that's a tough call right there and really a tough break for the knee.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls. Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Griffin. Back to Paul. Wide open. It's rebounded by Portis. Portis has got 4 rebounds in this game.
And guys, the Clippers last year, they were okay against the Eastern Conference, but not spectacular. You would have thought that with how well they were overall, they would have just really feasted on the East.
Bulls shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. As you said with the Clippers, Greg, they did decently against the Eastern Conference. But of the Western playoff teams, Clark, they had the 2nd worst record against the Eastern Conference.
And, you know, things like that matter, Kevin. I mean, they struggled against Eastern Conference playoff teams, went only 6-10 against those teams last year.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Griffin can't get it to go in. The Los Angeles Clippers come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled, but in the end, they had an opportunity to win it.
Yeah, you know, Greg, but to me it appeared as though they just had heavy legs. I mean, just looked to be very tired out there at the end.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
And the pass to Portis. Butler in the corner. Here's Portis. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got his 7th assist in the game.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Here's Green. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic. And guys, Jeff Green, by every measure of athleticism and skill, should have become one of the game's better small forwards, but inconsistency has plagued him throughout his career.
And Kevin, I always go back to something my college coach told me. The mental to the physical is 4-1 in this game. And so through those 7 full seasons, he's teased everyone with that talent. And then it does suddenly disappear. And there's no other way to describe it other than the fact that it is mental. He hasn't been able to sustain it in terms of the consistency, and that's why he hasn't fulfilled his potential. His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
20 seconds left in the first half. Griffin dishes to Redick. Griffin a screen on Butler. Here's Redick. Almost, but it rolls out. Freak with it from deep. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And that concludes.
Look, Kevin, I've got Doc Rivers. And, Doc, what was happening for the team in that first half, and how do you approach the rest of this game?
I thought we missed some.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Freak in this. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Ejuan Moore is checked in for McDermott. And Stokes subbed in for Derrick Rose. A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Jordan. Pierce comes in for Jeff Green. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Austin Rivers in for Chris Paul. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Rivers out there with Crawford. Then there's Cole Aldrich. And it's Pierce. And it's Griffin in at the power forward position. Passes it to Mirotic. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mirotic has got 5 now.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
Here's Rivers. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. 7 points for Austin Rivers. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Rivers. Stokes, the pass to Noah. Here's Butler, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
Feeds to Griffin. And he banks in the layup. Griffin's got 12 in the game.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
Ditto that. I mean, things have really been turned up.
And yes, sir, that one drops. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Rivers. 7 points in the game. He feeds it to Crawford. And again, the Clippers good for 2. Chicago's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. That bucket in no time at all. 17 points for Freak.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size. They're doing their best to erase the deficit here with some smart passes and some good shooting. I mean, those 2 things go hand in hand. If you're going to make shots, then the passes have to be on target and on time.
Pass to Mirotic. Noah with a screen for Mirotic. Shot on the wing. Offensive rebound. And Noah with the slam.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg, cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
This is Mirotic. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one. Almost always deadly when he's that open.
Stokes kicks it to Noah. Noah with a screen on Griffin. Now here's Freak. 17 points in the game. On deep. And it's Paul Pierce with the rebound. Crawford kicks to Rivers. Picked by Griffin for the tie. The kick out to Pierce. Rivers dishes to Crawford. Chicago leading. Stokes kicks to Mirotic. Good on the triple. Mirotic has got two now from beyond the arc in the third for Chicago.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Outside Butler. Noah the screen. Here's Moore. Softly drops in the floater. Moore's got 10.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be.
He got it! Wow. He caught it!
My goodness. Oh, my goodness. That one got me out of my seat. Unbelievable long-range shot.
And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball.
Well, first off, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan Player of the Game, Jimmy Butler.
The vision he displayed tonight was fantastic. 12 assists came straight out of his hands, and a lot of those were pure room service dimes. If a teammate was cutting into a space, he found them. I think he could play the point for them in a pinch.
Well, you know, when Butler's on the court, he's going to come at you in all sorts of ways. I mean, defensively, offensively, this guy can just flat out play. Let's not forget he's an all-star, too.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure.
The only color I care about is green, money. Now, you've certainly made some money so far, Freak, but it's time we make more money. I'm talking movies, TVs, endorsements, even your own brand Jordan sneakers.
I care about the game first, Dom. All that sounds great, but don't you think it's a little too early to be talking about all that?
Too early? LeBron was 12 years old in 6th grade when he was thinking Space Jam. It's never too early to take and make leaps.
I guess.
You guess? This isn't high school. This isn't college. This is the real world. And the real world is fueled by one thing.
Oh, money.
That's right. Money. Dollar bills, y'all. Why do you think they put presidents on them? Because that's what presides over us. I ever tell you guys about the first dollar I ever made?
No, Dom, but you're about to.
Yo, check this out. CC, this is a great story, right? So I'm 7 years old, Queens, New York, 1973. My older brother, Lonzo, he's got a lemonade stand. So that summer, I'm like, Lonzo, let me help out. Let me make a couple of bucks with you. He's like, all right, Dom, come on. I'll teach you the business. So I'm pouring tons of sugar. I'm squeezing the lemons. I got the lemonade stand all set up. I'm like, yo.
Mr. Dom Pat.
Wow, a Christmas Day game. I didn't expect to be on this stage as a rookie, but it'll be exciting, no doubt. I watched the NBA all day long on Christmas growing up, and to think that kids out there will be seeing me be a part of that, it's surreal. And I've never been one to disappoint the kids, so I better go out there and put on a show.
Welcome to a special presentation of the NBA on Christmas Day here on 2K Sports. We want to wish each and every one of you a Merry Christmas. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And the Bulls. For Serge Ibaka. Nick Collison's checked in for Kevin Durant. And Dion Waiters subbed in for Roberson. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And Stokes subbed in for Derrick Rose. So the Bulls 5 right now. Stokes in at point guard. Noah is out there with Portis. Then there's Nikola Mirotic.
Patience. Patience. Taking early threes is leading to long rebounds, which teams have been the most successful in the transition game this month. The Bulls in second.
Good shot. They have really hit their stride in terms of that transition game. No doubt about it. They are playing at a great pace.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoff.
Pass to Mirotic. Butler with the ball. Westbrook picks him up. Stokes can't get it to go.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
He feeds it to Mirotic. Wide open shot is on the money. Mirotic has got it all tied up. Now for the Bulls.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Inside, stolen by Noah. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Stokes the pass to Portis. Butler against Waiters. Again, Chicago.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him.
Feeds it to Cantor, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Portis. Dishes to Noah, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts, and the energy of a mountain lion.
And going back to Joakim Noah, he really is a hybrid. He holds American, Swedish, and French citizenships. He's truly a man of the world, and he's worldly on the floor. He can guard and play a lot of different positions.
And Kevin, he looks like a man of the world. He has a unique style unto himself, but I'll take the versatility and the hustle he brings on my team any day. If he's healthy, he's a factor. And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Randy Foye, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Waiters, got a hand on it. It's 2-on-1. Here's Stokes, finish off the break. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Chicago?
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Shots good by Waiters. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls. Clark had playoff experience prior.
We're playing too much on the perimeter. Let's look to dump the ball inside.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
Anthony Morrow's checked in for Randy Foye. And Chicago also making a switch. Morris checked in for Butler. Noah kicks to Mirotic. The dish to Stokes. And again, Chicago. No good.
They've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass today.
Yeah, and it's already got them a +5 margin in the rebound column.
The kick out to Collison. Shot clock at 6. There's the pass to Cantor. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. And the Thunder lead by 2.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
And the basket by Stokes. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Give and take, back and forth, the whole way thus far.
Yeah, and you look at the lead changes, 6 already.
Morrow dishes to Waiters. Lets a floater go, and Mitch McGary is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. Bulls have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And as a team, they're down around 72% for the season.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Kyle Singler's checked in for Anthony Morrow. There's a screen. Singler passes to Waiters. Back to Singler. Shoots a 3. They get it back. McGary. Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Oh, he knows that one should have gone in. That hurts.
Stokes kicks to Moore. And he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick.
A lot of space. right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Singler for three. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity of this. You know, I think Joakim can certainly make a case. Adams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Portis comes in for Taj Gibson. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Stokes subbed in for Ejuan Moore. Down low, it's the international combo of Ibaka and Adams. Russell Westbrook out there with Roberson. And it's Durant in at the three. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. And a wide open look for Freak. That three off the mark. Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Brooklyn Nets.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets made some major contributions. He ended with 14 points, and along with what he did on the offensive end, he also played some stellar defense as well. A performance like this is what we've come to expect during this great run of his. Will we get another one tonight, guys?
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night. Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Butler on the wing. And it's blocked by Adams.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Robertson dishes to Westbrook. There's the screen. Collison with the screen for Westbrook. He kicks it to Robertson. Collison cleans up the mess with the savage putback flush. And now just a 1-point Bulls lead.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hustle's great, guys, but I think we all prefer to see the finish when you can go up and throw it down like that.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. McGarry's checked in. Good on both. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Walking with legends here, guys. Look at some outstanding seasons, decades apart, averaging a triple-double in each game over the course of an entire NBA season. Oscar Robertson's 1961-62 season was something to marvel at. And now, in our current era, a special player making his own mark on the NBA with the tremendous play he's been showing us all season long.
And that's still one of the most hallowed achievements in NBA history. I mean, we're talking about the Big O averaging a triple-double over the course of an entire season. I mean, to think we have another player with a shot to do that, it really speaks to the one-of-a-kind season he's having. This is the stuff of legends. And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Rose against Westbrook. Durant wide open. He fires. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 4 assists in the game.
You know, it's interesting. It really had been mostly a cordial relationship between Durant and the media up until last season. And then at the All-Star break, I mean, he had some biting remarks.
Pass to Roberson. Back to Westbrook. Outside Collison. Kicks to Roberson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For the 3. And it's Durant missing. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
Took him no time at all on that one. Now it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
They set the pick. Collison with a screen on Rose. Westbrook kicks to McGarry. Misses from short range.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Butler on the way. 26 seconds left in the first half. He dishes it to Stokes. From beyond the arc, it's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Westbrook's got his 4th rebound in this one. Takes a 3. No good. And we're through the first half of basketball.
Kevin, there was a point.
And we're ready to get rolling once again here. Enes Kanter's checked in for Oklahoma City. Waiters comes in for Roberson. Some changes for Chicago. So the Bulls 5 right now. Stokes. He's in at point guard. Mirotic out there with Portis. Then there's Etuan Moore. And it's Noah in at the center position. Durant against Moore. Durant the pass to Kanter. From 12 feet out. No luck. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Their last encounter was in Chicago.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. A lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
And guys, it's easy to forget sometimes just how young Kevin Durant still is. I mean, last season, he became the second youngest player.
1,000 points. The only player, Clark, to do it quicker was LeBron James.
Yeah, and it's even more impressive when you realize that Durant did spend 1 year in college, Kevin. You take a year off his age, and he and LeBron got to that point plateau and virtually just... You know, with that kind of height disadvantage, all the defender can do is look up, watch him punch it home, and hope he doesn't get landed on.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action. Stokes, the pass to Portis. The feed to Stokes. Nice jump shot. Good. Stokes has got 14 points. The Thunder leading by 7. Westbrook drives in. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Moore with the bucket.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Back to Westbrook. Down low, pass to Kanter. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
A great assist. Nice work from Russell Westbrook.
Bulls trail by 7. Pass to Portis. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Noah the screen. Tipped away. Stolen by Durant. 3-on-3. He feeds it to Westbrook. In for another field goal. A sublime 9 of 14 on the night. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
And, guys, the thing that jumps out at me is their block shots. I mean, they're playing up on the shooters tightly, and then they're sending them packing. I mean, putting those shots in reverse, all in a clear, good day's work.
Here's Stokes, and he dunks it down.
I hope he didn't hurt his neck, because that was one nasty, nasty head fake.
Well, the defender bought that move, hook, line, and sinker.
The whole thing. He may have given him a little pat on the back as he went sailing by.
There's a screen by Cantor. It's Westbrook with the drive. Offensive rebound. Ibaka, no luck.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those playing.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Stokes can't get it to go. And Westbrook, here we go. A wide open look here for Ibaka. And it's Ibaka again missing. Bulls trail by 9. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Stokes dishes to Moore. Noah the screen. Puts up a 3. And Freak gets it to go on the assist from Moore. 19 points for Freak.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
For 3, Durant. It's rebounded by Portis.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
Here's Moore. Jump shot is good that time. And now it's just a 4-point Thunder lead. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Thunder out in front, up 4. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. What a show they put out here at home tonight.
Ugly.
Well, Kevin, a terrific win against a high-caliber opponent. What can you say about how they played against you tonight?
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present to you our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook. Shaq, what'd you like about his game?
When you're facing Westbrook, you're always going to have your hands full. And tonight...
And that will do it for our special Christmas Day broadcast of the NBA here on 2K Sports. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, I'm...
I told you, Dom Pagnati always delivers. Brand Jordan Freak prototypes. Open the box, check them out.
Ooh, it's like Christmas and my birthday on the same day. Oh, Dom.
You love them?
I love them.
Hey, they're waiting for your approval for production.
Approved.
Approved?
Approved.
Done. I'll make the call.
been a long road trip. Last game is tonight, and I know I want to get out of here with the win. We'll be back in front of the home crowd soon, but now's not the time to be looking ahead. I need to step up my game and help this team get it done. No excuses.
And a look at the lights of Charlotte, North Carolina, sparkling in the sky. Just stunning. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. They dropped their last game, losing in Minnesota to the Timberwolves. They had a chance there right up to the end. They only lost by 3.
And that was a shocker. Hard to believe that they dropped the ball, so to speak, on that one. And probably...
Bulls trail by 6. Now it's in and down to Doris Burke, who is able to talk with head coach Steve Clifford.
He has a very specific approach laid out. He told me that they're going to concentrate on working the ball into the paint as much as possible today and taking advantage of what he believes is a significant edge for them on the interior. Guys?
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Charlotte leading by 6. Walker with a clean look. Connects from three-point range. Walker's got 5.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Stokes kicks to Butler. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range. Trading blows from behind the arc.
And now, let's bring you the list of the top 3-point shooting teams over the course of the past 10 games. Number 1, the Bulls.
The main factor, I think, is long-range shots, and that's why we see the great numbers from the 3.
So, for the Bulls, Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic, and Brooks subbed in for McDermott. Batum, good.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage. And watching Kemba Walker play, so explosive. An undersized floor general, nasty crossover. Really a scorer's mentality. Maybe too much of a scorer's mentality to ever be a great assist man.
Batum wide open, he fires. Had the space there, but it's offline. Freak with it, and Batum sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And now just a 3-point Hornets lead. Outside Kid Gilchrist. There's the pick. Batum inside the 3-point line, and he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Here's Stokes. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean tough that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pump.
Shot clock at 2. Kid Gilchrist, no luck. So for the Hornets, their last game, a win against the Washington Wizards.
And we're able to overcome what was a really poor shooting night. And you're not going to be able to win with a percentage as low as theirs that often unless you defend.
No style points earned for sure, Greg, in that game. But they did hit the big shots when they needed them. And oftentimes it's not what you do as much as when you do it.
Bulls trail by 5. Outside Butler. Feeds it to Stokes. Trying his luck deep. The Hornets pull it in.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
They get it again. And finished off by Noah.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness.
Kevin and Greg, hard work on the offensive glass always does that. I mean, his fans will remember the dunk, but the coaches love the rebound.
And that one's good. Now just a 1-point Hornets lead.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
And here we go. Fast break. Freak's got it. And he gets the bucket. Stokes has got 7 points. 1:36 left in the first quarter. And it's Walker penetrating. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Stokes can't get it to go.
He's jacked up a number of threes, but his accuracy has been lacking. Time to try something different, if you ask me.
Batum passes to Williams. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And guys, you know, last year Marvin Williams signed a big contract, and he did not follow that up with a big production. In fact, he tied a career low in terms of his field goal percentage.
Al Jefferson, he's checked in for Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. Jeremy Lamb's checked in for Courtney Lee. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Stokes is checked in for Portis. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Aaron Brooks. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 down low. So that's the Hornets 5. Now the thing about Marvin Williams, you know, we know he doesn't create for others. He doesn't generate a lot of blocks or steals. But, you know, the one thing he does, he can hit the boards, he rebounds well, and he's got a pretty good shot from outside.
Yeah, and last season he didn't have any big numbers, but the ones that were at least respectable were in the areas you just mentioned, rebounding and three-point shooting, Kevin.
Hornets leading by 3, and Walker kicks to Kidd-Gilchrist. Shot's good by Walker.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Rose against Walker. Here's Stokes. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And that's 13 points for Freak.
They are absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
Walker dishes to Jefferson. Pass to Lamb. Jacks up a 3. Nice D from Stokes. For Chicago, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. And the shot is good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Walker against Rose. Here's Jefferson. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Here's Rose. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
In the game, he shot 6 of 7 from the line.
And how good has he been at the line?
He sure has been. I mean, you could tell that he had that nice rhythm right from the start.
Stolen by Rose. Drops in the breakaway layup. And now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Chicago.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
5 to shoot. Kid Gilchrist with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Charlotte no good that time either.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Screen by Jefferson. And it will go, and the Bulls lead is cut to just 3 points on the basket from Jeremy Lamb.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Hornets dance team.
McDermott's checked in for Chicago. And so it's a close game.
Well, guys, I'm here without...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Excellent game we've seen.
Bulls making a change here. Stokes is checked in. The Hornets have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. So for Chicago right now, Stokes in at shooting guard. Mirotic out there with McDermott. Then it's Pau Gasol. And it's Rose in at the point.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience, and everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Timberwolves put on a show. He ended with 25 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
And Clifford in his third year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about, he has 29 years of coaching under his belt. He's a Van Gundy disciple. Clark was on the coaching staff for both brothers.
Yeah, and he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons as an assistant for the Lakers, Rockets, Magic, and Knicks.
And here's Walker. He's got 11. Screen by Jefferson. And Walker kicks to Williams. Walker with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Offensive rebound. Bulls trail by 4. The feed to Stokes. Puts up a 3. And he gets it to go. Stokes has got 16 points. Outside, Walker. Rose with the double team. Here's Jefferson. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. The Bulls have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far.
Move the ball. Sticking too much.
Here's Stokes. And that misses. That would have put him up. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. And the bucket counts. And he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Walker. Joakim Noah's checked in for Chicago. Portis comes in for Doug McDermott. Jefferson setting the pick for Batum. Outside Jefferson. Puts one up from 19. That one rolling around and rims out.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
And the Bulls with another miss.
He's frigid from three. I don't know what's worse, that he can't hit anything from out there or that he keeps on trying to.
Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. And it's 13 points for Al Jefferson.
Boy, what a slick job of passing from Jeremy Lin on that one.
Rose goes in, and yes, sir, that one dropped.
I mean, he's just been brilliant today, guys, and it was the same exact story last time out.
Williams, a screen on Rose. Lynn with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Releases from 15, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. 15 points for Al Jefferson.
Getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Stokes. Buries the long-range jumper. Stokes has got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Bulls.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Williams a screen. Batum inside the three-point line, and that one hits back iron. Here's Stokes, and it's all evened up. Stokes has got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Williams a screen on Rose. Lynn the pass to Batum. Shot from 12. And there's Al Jefferson on the assist by Batum. And that's 17 points for Al Jefferson.
Hornets dance team, give it up.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Cody Zeller. In for Williams. Chicago leading by 12. We've got Jeremy Lin. Batum is out there with Al Jefferson. Then it's Lee, and it's Walker in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. McDermott. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
What a tremendous showing from the three-pointer all through this game.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition.
Williams, he's checked in for Charlotte. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist comes in for Courtney Lee. Rose gets to Gasol. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 9th assist in the game now. Hornets trail by 12. Walker with it. Out defended by Freak. Lynn, a rebound by Gasol. Well, Chicago's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Bulls.
2 great rebounding teams, Clark.
Yeah, and these guys just worked a little bit harder tonight. That was the edge that was needed.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins, really asserting their dominance.
Well, they're going to finish, like you said, 4-0 against them, and you're right, very impressive.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Derrick Rose. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long. Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket?
Gasol a screen. Here's Stokes. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's on Al Jefferson.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
I'm allergic to missing.
And both free throws good from Stokes. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
8 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Brooks kicks to Stokes. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
Either his range is greatly underrated or he got a little lucky on that one. I'm guessing it's the latter.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
Way to play, boy. Way to play. Hey.
Well, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as Derrick Rose. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille.
As I was saying, got a real big problem, all this kitty stuff, you evil twins, CC and...
We got James Harden and that beard of his. Look, this guy's relentless. We know he's going to attack the basket all night long. So I'm going to make it my personal mission to keep that from happening. As long as we keep jumping those passing lanes, we can give them a run for their money. I know I'll be ready.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Noche Latina, the NBA celebration of the Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And Stokes subbed in for Doug McDermott. And a switch here also for Houston. Capella's checked in, and so in the game for the Rockets. Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Howard, and it's Capella in at the 4. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, they've been really active on the defensive end in terms of applying pressure and coming away with steals.
And continuing to expand his arsenal last season, Patrick Beverley, the guard for the Rockets. Career highs in assists and rebounds per game, and he's one of the smallest guys on the floor.
Yeah, and he's really working on the details of becoming a better playmaker, becoming a guy that has coaches trust him to handle the basketball in those crucial situations.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play him. You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And a wide open look for Freak. Offline with his 3. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Pass to Stokes. The three-pointer, no good.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Last game for the Bulls, they picked up the W against the Magic.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
And the Bulls get it back to the right side. Mirotic. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And he gets it to go.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
Rose kicks to Stokes. Over to the left wing. Mirotic has a wide open look, and that one's on target from the wing.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Bulls making a switch here. Portis is checked in. And then for Houston, Matajunas is checked in for Howard. And Corey Brewer's sub. Rockets trail by 10. This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. Everly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Beasley out there with Jones. And it's Matajunas in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been